We return to Imola after a 3-year break. Race 1 of the 2023 Prometean Italian round gets underway. Fast start immediately from the second row of the grid from Alvaro Bautista. Toprak Razgatlioglu getting swallowed up. Ducatis went either side of him. Axel Bassani brave on the outside of Bautista as they came through Tamburello. And it's Andrea Locatelli who's made the early break. So it's Italy 1 and 2 with Locatelli leading Bassani. Alvaro Bautista in third place. Toprak Razgatlioglu from pole relegated outside of those podium positions altogether. Jonathan Ray has leapfrogged Brad Ray and is now chasing down Scott Redding as they come in towards Tosa for the first time. We've seen good fights between Ray and Davies in the past through that Tosa turn. Ray makes it look straightforward this time on Redding, and the top four have already begun to break away. Locatelli versus Bassani. We know Bassani's willing to be aggressive in the early stages of races. If he gets half a sniff on the tail of Locatelli, Bassani could be your new race leader. Jonathan Ray doing really well from the third row of the grid. We're unaccustomed to seeing him that far back down the order, but he's made swift progress to pass Bradley Ray and also Scott Redding, and is now chasing down Toprak Razgatlioglu. This is a 5-rider group at the front as Alvaro Bautista gets in a little bit hot through Tamburello, trying to chase the tail of Axel Bassani, and Toprak Razgatlioglu now has the cutback. There's a chicane coming up at Villeneuve, an opportunity perhaps for Razgatlioglu, not quite close enough.
It's not really a chicane there because the first part is so open, but it's about trying to put yourself in a position to attack into Tosa. We'll see if Toprak's close enough.
Bassani certainly close enough to have a go at Andrea Locatelli, who leaves the door open but not quite wide enough. Bassani can't get through. Bautista with that error drops back slightly from his fellow Ducati runner and into the clutches of Toprak Razgatlioglu and Jonathan Ray, the three who diced for those podium positions last time out at Donington Park. This time are racing for the final step of the podium as surprise packages Andrea Locatelli and Axel Bassani duel up front for top spots.
And Redding as well. He's really trying to claw onto the back of Jonathan Ray. The pace isn't quite as hot as what maybe was expected for the first couple of laps, but we'll see if Redding's able to stay with him and make it a 6-rider group.
Crucial phase of lap now for Axel Bassani as he tries to stick a little bit closer to Andrea Locatelli at the top of the hill this time around through the Variante Alta, and then they'll drop down in towards Ravazza, and perhaps the best opportunity so far for Axel Bassani. Locatelli nose to tail with Bassani. Bassani pulls out alongside him as they come in towards Ravazza. On lap number 2, Bassani takes the lead of the race from Andrea Locatelli. Bautista still holding off Razgatlioglu for third.
Yeah, that was set up at Variante Alta because he was much smoother through the first part of the chicane. He didn't click the inside curb, and that's what allows him to get close enough to Locatelli.
Meanwhile, Bautista defending against Toprak Razgatlioglu. Andrea Locatelli losing one position, could well lose more here if Bautista can line him up. Bassani going heavily over the curves through the final turns. Razgatlioglu just to try and find a way past here at this stage of the race on Alvaro Bautista is a challenge.
Yeah, and he'll know that Bautista wants to get through into second as well, because Alvaro can see Bassani try and stretch out a little bit of a lead. Does Locatelli have the pace to go with these guys at the front?
Oh, big moment for Axel Bassani, and it's going to cost him the lead. Just after setting the fastest lap of the race and passing Andrea Locatelli for top spot, Bassani's going backwards. Locatelli through on him, Bautista as well. That's an opportunity for Razgatlioglu, and Bassani goes from first to fourth.
Yeah, and Toprak will know that he has to give himself a chance now to try and attack Bautista, because with Locatelli at the front, this could be the main chance that you have to try and win this race.
So they are absolutely nose to tail, our three leaders. Bautista defends to the inside line at the Variante Alta. Razgatlioglu tries to go around the outside of him. We ride on board and he's got it done. Razgatlioglu through on Bautista for second position. Utterly stunning stuff. Bautista now will come back at him. He's got to try and make the pass as swiftly as possible. No, Razgatlioglu closes the door. Now they make their way in towards Tamburello, and Razgatlioglu with a big moment as he makes the pass on his teammate Locatelli a bit deep. Locatelli will come back at him. An opportunity for Bautista as well. Razgatlioglu looks over his shoulder just to make sure he can rejoin the racing line before Bautista tries to make a pass. And Bautista in turn has got Bassani for company, and Jonathan Ray still right with them. 0.8 of a second covering your lead quintet.
Ray's going to have to start thinking about Redding and Rinaldi as well, though they're really bunching up at the front of the field with all this scrapping.
Well, we know that Alvaro Bautista, much as he might have liked to pass Locatelli early on and have track position, will be anticipating that he will be able to play the long game. Locatelli, Razgatlioglu weaving his way around, desperate to get through, and now Bautista coming back at him as well as they come in towards the pits turn on lap number 4. Razgatlioglu down the inside of Locatelli. Locatelli slightly offline. Razgatlioglu will now have the cutback. It's 385 metres. The run towards Tamburello. Razgatlioglu already alongside, and here comes Bautista as well. They're three abreast, and Bautista goes from third to first. Razgatlioglu will outbrake him successfully though in towards turn 2. Locatelli has the advantage, the high playground on the inside line as well. And watch as the old master now weaves his way back into contention. Jonathan Rea from 4th position. So it's Razgat Lioglu, the big winner in the early stages of lap 5, as he leapfrogs teammate Andrea Locatelli to put a bite between himself and the reigning world champion Alvaro Bautista. Look at Axel Bassani now under pressure from Michael Ruben Rinaldi. He's got through on Scott Redding for 6th position. Bautista makes the pass. Is he going to get it stopped? Yes, he is. Only just. Locatelli might have the momentum coming off the Variante Alta on lap 5, but he in turn has got to fend off Jonathan Rea. Some great racing here in Imola so far. Jonathan Rea will think about it here. He does get alongside Andrea Locatelli, and he is through for 3rd position. So it's Locatelli's turn now to begin to tumble backwards. We saw Axel Bassani go from 1st to 5th. Now Locatelli's gone from 1st to 4th, and he might drop behind. Axel Bassani now looks a little bit vulnerable as they make their way in towards Tamburello on lap 6. New fastest lap of the race from Jonathan Rea, 1 minute 47.5 as Alvaro Bautista goes side by side with Toprak Razgat Lioglu in towards Tamburello, and Razgat Lioglu holds on as late as possible before breaking across the path of Bautista to reclaim track position. You've got a chance to attack back if you're Bautista as well, because he's the man with the pace at the moment, and the more this race goes on, the more you feel this is just a matter of time. But a massive moment there for Alvaro Bautista, and that's going to give some breathing room to Toprak Razgat Lioglu. It puts a bike between him and the man who's now relegated down to 3rd position. Jonathan Rea goes up to P2, so it's Razgat Lioglu from Rea, Bautista and Locatelli, and Bautista will immediately respond on Jonathan Rea. Rea will try to hold what's now the inside line, but Bautista is already through at the bottom of the hill into Ravazza.
This is the big moment for Bautista. Over the crest of the hill, the bike's going to get light, and it just has a massive wobble there for Alvaro. It opens the door for Rea to come through.
This is the fight for 5th position. Axel Bassani versus Michael Ruben Rinaldi. In fact, it's the fight for 2nd Ducati in this race, because Danilo Petrucci is also with them. This is a bit of a grudge match between Rinaldi and Bassani, but at this stage of the race, Bassani looks to have no tools with which to answer, and he's passed now by Petrucci as well.
Yeah, Bassani just doesn't have the bike underneath him. Rinaldi does, though. He's coming from the 3rd row of the grid.
Bautista is through. Bautista up alongside Razgat Lioglu, moves across his path, now has the inside line. Razgat Lioglu will square off the 1st Ravazza. Through the 2nd Ravazza, it's 1 line, and now Razgat Lioglu has got to answer straight back. This is the longest Bautista really has had in top spot of this race, and Razgat Lioglu, if he doesn't get the pass done swiftly, is going to see Bautista escape away towards Tamburello into lap 30. This is a 3-rider fight now for 11th position. Leon Haslam coming under attack as Xavi Vierge makes the lunge through for 11th position. Alvaro Bautista then making his way in towards the final 2 turns for the final time. And it is Alvaro Bautista. We've only just passed the halfway mark in 2023, but he has already matched the season record of 17 wins in a single campaign, alongside Doug Pollard and Jonathan Rea on 17 wins from 19 races, with plenty still to come, I'm sure, for Bautista.